Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I hope you're having an excellent week and a start of an excellent weekend. And if not, well, let's see what trouble we can get into with Kaneeka and Avery here. Last time, we continued our search for Stella and Gretchen by going to the church and the sheriff's station. And today, we'll be picking up with tea time with Kaneeka's mother, Sybil. I am very sorry if you can tell there's a cough drop in my mouth, but it's a lot better than hearing me cough all the time. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the three of you enter. Kaneeka, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. Hope you're both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing, and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Vinny about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Vinny. Kaneeka turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. And I'm so sorry to be a bad host. Avery, but I was hoping Vinny and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Aw, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, but before I go, I did want to ask. Are you a witch? As flattered as I am that you think I'm that magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Isn't that just a witch? Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Though just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave y'all to your not-supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Vinny. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow her to the tea room, I guess. Oh, this place looks so cozy and cute. Ah, that must be your husband. Aw. Wait, if that's Kaneeka, who's that? Does Kaneeka have an older brother? Please, have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. Booksmart. It's castor bean, an incredibly toxic plant, and strange for a tea maker to keep around her workspace. It's so pretty, though. I'm so glad that when games give us the ability to turn the HUD off and actually, take a screenshot of just the artwork. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with an undercurrent of decaying earth. Look at how good this looks. Look at how good this looks. Ah, just look at the details. It's the same team you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. Except probably not with castor bean, to be honest. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? So, how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with an earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Oh, Sybil, give me tea for my throat. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Ooh, that's cold in Southernese. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young. Too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart, or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night, she came to me. It stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help me get the full picture. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it, the small cup empty save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. I am making tea, oh my god. And I'm back with tea. Oh good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Ma'am, is that code for a weed? Did you give me a weed? Now on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. There's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. I don't think the cat's Dustin. I don't think it's Dr. Kelly. I know it's not any of you. Wayne's too obvious. It's not an actual cat. That's ridiculous. Sybil is helping you, and if she was the cat, why would she warn you about herself? Pick someone else. That's weird. That's not something the game's done before. The game has never denied my choice before. That's weird. What if I pick it again? What if I pick it again? What if I pick it again? Okay, okay. For some reason, this is the first time the game's ever denied me the choice. What is Reese sick with? The cat could be Reese. With the way Dr. Kelly tries to keep him away from people away from him, maybe she knows something. That's just Joan being overprotective. With all his health issues, I understand why she tries to keep people away as much as my heart hurts for the poor boy. In any case, I somehow doubt he's down there plotting some kind of grand betrayal against someone he just met this week, using up what little energy he has. If I were you, I wouldn't cast your suspicions too widely. You wouldn't want to become paranoid that every new person you meet is a possible enemy. Sybil? Sybil, is it you? Is it you, Sybil? Because the way Kaneeka agreed to just go to her room was odd. The way she left without saying anything was odd. And now the game won't let me pick you. And the game always lets me pick things, even when they're dumb things. Okay, Sybil, I see you. It's you or Hugby, or maybe both. But you should trust your own judgment here. Friend or family, the cat will make itself known soon enough. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. It's you. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. You're trying to turn me on Tabitha, is what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I play too much Vampire the Masquerade to not see what you're doing. You are trying to say that it's my cousin. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, the stones, carving sills, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Is it? Because I don't think that's true, because I think if they're buried away from each other, they ought to stay that way. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Yeah. Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I don't like this. I don't like this. Something's very off about the way the game itself is talking to me. I shouldn't seek more of them. Those stones need to be left undisturbed. You've seen how many ditchlings have been gathered around here. If what you've seen so far was not the main event, imagine how bad that's going to be. Anything that happens around those stones may be worth it if it means you're able to get ahead of your adversary in whatever threatens this town. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Oh, it's illuminating, Sybil. I am learning things about you today. Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. Oh my god, this is just like dealing with a Tremere. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flatten the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Let's go check in on Kaneeka. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kaneeka. You make your way upstairs. You're not, knock. You knock on Kaneeka's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Vinny, what's up? I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Sure, let's hang out. Just give me 2 seconds. It's a disaster in here. You hear frantic crumpling and clinking and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come on in. Kaneeka's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and the present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes and boxes of packed belongings sit in the corners of the room. I don't usually have people over, so don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Any secrets? What is that? Is that Parasite? Is that what that one's called? Oh my god, it's Shishomaru. Shishomaru again. Wicked Lady! Sayaka! I am telling on myself, but it's fine. Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and will lock you out of romantic arcs with other characters. Huh. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's romance Kaneeka. Packing for something? You motion to the stack of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'll be staying here long term, so I just have to pack up again eventually. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting here unopened for a long time. Well, that's not good for your mental health, baby. But any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get out of town. Any day now. Okay. I know we've only known each other for a couple of days, but I really care about you. I guess I just wanted to let you know. Kaneeka's eyes dart away as her cheeks flush. Do you really mean it? We just met. I mean it. I hope you feel something similar? She composes herself, flipping her hair confidently. Of course I do. And I can't believe I was able to win you over so fast. Guess you were too weak to resist these feminine wiles. Yes, I am a weak woman, Kaneeka. And now it's too late. You've fallen for me, and I can reveal the dork I truly am inside. Gaze upon my anime figures in despair. Sorry, was that too confident? I'm just, like, super nervous, because I like you back. And I hope I don't mess this up, because I want to get to know you better before you leave town. Yeah. Oh! Hi, Kaneeka! You reach forward and hold her in your arms. Her body is soft against yours, and you can feel her heart beating quickly in her chest. She runs her hands across your back and smiles, her eyes filled with a warm joy you haven't seen before in your short stay. She smells incredible. Her sleek braids exude a perfume of warm coconut, an aroma of flowery cucumber wafts from her skin, and the scents melding to create a sweet tropical bouquet. After a long moment, you pull away, your hands slowly letting go of each other as the two of you stare into each other's eyes. So you're hanging out in my room for the rest of the day. Wherever you're headed, I want to come with you. Gotta maximize the amount of time we're spending together to get you back to more, right? Before you go back to more, right? Even if we make other plans for later on, I want to be with you right now. But where would we go? I can still feel that door in the clinic pulling at me. I think that's where we need to go next. I was hoping to see Reese sometime today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella and, you know, make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. The two of you make your way back out into the hallway hand in hand. Jesus Christ, lady! But before you make it to the stairs, a light turns on, startling both of you. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kaneeka. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you just haven't been yourself these past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. You shouldn't get between a mother and her daughter. Sybil knows what's best here. See, it's doing it again! Book smart. That accelerated heartbeat. She's running on adrenaline right now. It's going to wear out sooner rather than later, and she won't be able to help you if something happens tonight. You're putting her in danger. Lady, are you getting in my head? You remain silent. Kaneeka sighs. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run off the other day. That was so irresponsible of me. That's alright, Kaneeka. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't, and it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover, then you can go back to all this town mystery business. Vinny, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom is right, Vinny. You go on without me. See you later, okay? Before you can utter another word, Kaneeka returns to her room. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to Main Street alone. Yeah, I'm watching you back. I see you. I see you. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. My thumbnail's gonna be you with devil horns. I think with that stunning revelation, that's where we're gonna end it for the day. Remember to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and I'll see you on Monday with more Secret World Legends. Have a good weekend!